are some ideas as to what that object might be for?
It came from pillow. From a pillow.
Okay.
From like a Barbie house or something. You know, like decoration for the room.
Oh, okay. You want?
It could be a quill. It's a little pen where you do.
Okay.
Those things you get at the one library thing that you can at the
Book fair.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, like there's like something that looks like that with a bird on it, and how did it have the bird?
Oh, okay. I still.
It's like those pens that have like they're like a bobblehead and it has like a big old beak. It's like their face with eyes, beak.
I believe that you guys know what you're talking about. I just don't know what you're talking about. I don't know.
It might be a old pan back in the day, you know.
An old what?
Pen.
Oh, pen. Like that you write with.
Yeah.
Okay. Armando?
Well, the pencil, the thing that I was about to
Okay.
my
All right. Now, I want to go back to the question I asked you right before I had you think about what this is for. People, you're all coming up with different ideas as to what this thing might be for. And if you're all having different ideas based on your past experiences and your biases and just the thoughts that are going through your head, scientists do that same thing. Why should we? Well, I don't want to say why should we believe them, but what?
Would the world be without?
No. How do we?
Give $10 or $10.
What? Just give me a second. You guys gotta stop talking so I can think. How do we gain confidence in scientists' ideas?
Maybe from their past, like you know, if they've been like a scientist for a long time already, and then their previous work is like something that we actually believe or something. Like maybe we can believe them because they'll be like they know what they're talking about. They're actually smart.
You want?
Because we can probably relate to their past experience, not the same experience, but like close to this.
Tanner?
Well, I would believe in whichever science could prove their idea.
What do you mean by proof?
Like, I don't know. Like fairies exist or something. And like, I would agree. I would be on his side and agree with him if like showed me a fairy and said fairies exist.
What if it was
Okay.
big?
Now, hold on a second. What should Tanner use instead of the word proof? Okay? We want to be able to provide evidence for our ideas, whether that's sight or some other form of evidence. Like maybe the person could show you fairy footprints. I don't know. That may not be enough to convince you, but it might be enough to convince other people.
But they fly.
Now, people, here's something I want you to think about. What I want you to think about is a lot of you had the idea of it coming from a pen. A pen, like writing. A lot of you had that idea, like whether it's a fountain pen or something like that. Why do we tend to put more confidence in ideas when more people have that same idea?
A lot of people have seen it before.
Okay.
Is that way you know how it works?
So you won't be like alone and be saying, I'm not the only one that thinks it's there. I have more people that think the same.
Okay. Emily?
Occam's razor?
How is that related to this?
Because when you hear people like, oh, yeah, it's kind of, you hear like 3 times, they're like, oh, yeah, it is, so it is, yeah.
Okay.
Isn't Occam's razor something different than what you said, Bill?
What is Occam's razor?
Simpler is better.
Okay. How does simpler is better relate to this situation?
Oh.
Go ahead.
Because you don't like to think complicated stuff.
Is it still that question of what it is? How does it relate, or why would we follow other people?
Why do we tend to believe it when more than one person thinks an idea?
Because they want to be followers, and like if it ends up being wrong, they don't want to be the only one there. Like they don't want to be like the one that's there, like the only one that believes in that. Because then they'll be like, it's your fault. You believe that you're dumb or something. Like there's more people, so I'm not the only one.
Okay.
That's what us humans do. They go along with the group. Alright?
To some extent, yeah. All right, now I was gonna. All right, everybody, look up here real quick. I thought of something else I want to point out. What's the difference between an observation and an interpretation? Emily?
An observation, you're observing it and like kind of like just writing notes or something. Kind of like just thinking about it. And interpretation is when like you're giving evidence and explaining how it's like.
Like, an observation is like the way you see it and like it's in your mind and all that, like how you see it and like what you think. And interpretation is like trying to tell someone how, like why you like what you saw and all that, trying to interpret it into words, I guess.
Okay.
Is that a trick question?
Maybe.
Is it not? Is it maybe the same?
I would say they're related, but not the same.
Observations are like what you use in science, and interpretations when you like try to get answers out of people.
What do you? I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, it's like on the police shows.
Oh, that's interrogation.
No.
Oh, I'm glad you pointed that out because that's not the same thing. People, like, here's how I think about the difference between observations and interpretations. Observations are for the most part something you can see. An interpretation is something that you think. So when you came up with ideas as to what that's used for, is that interpretation or observation?
Observation.
Wait, what would you say?
Let me ask the question again. When you came up with ideas as to what that thing is used for, were you making observations or interpretations?
Interpretation.
Interpretations. And so let's put up, so we can, we'll do both of these lists at the same time. What are some things that affect observations? What are some things that affect interpretations? Give me some ideas. Go ahead.
Observation, imagination. Imagination.
Come on, people. What else affects our observations?
The people around you.
Surroundings.
Tanner?
Bias.
Culture.
Jealousy. Fit in.
What do you say?
What else can affect our interpretations? Or our observations? Tanner?
Technology.
Past.
What do you mean by past?
Like where we probably thought that was past because we saw like history books and like George Washington.
Okay. Now, I want to point something out about technology, and then I'll let you go. Emily made the observation at one point that this is about 3.5 inches tall. If I gave you a piece of technology, or let me ask, what piece of technology would you want to use to see how correct she is?
A ruler.
A ruler. And so, with a piece of technology, we can make our observation a little bit more detailed. I'll show you what this is, but I think I'll wait till tomorrow.
What? Why?
Because I don't want you guys to tell the other classes.
We won't. We swear. We swear on.
All right, with the last 3 minutes of class, here's what I want to make a list of. Things. And I know we already talked about it, but now I just want to make a list so you guys can put it in your notes. Go ahead and start making a list with your groups.